Alright, what's up rule breakers and rule makers? Welcome back to the Sammy Whammy YouTube channel. Now I don't want to bust your balls or take a dump in your popcorn, but yeah, I know I went dark and I also know that I'm speaking so quietly it sounds like I'm an ASMR channel. But sadly this is how it's gonna be for a couple weeks just because I have a family member crashing at my house right now because she just had a fat ass surgery and needs some time to recover. And also it's like 3 AM and I'm recording, so I don't want to wake anyone up because I don't want to get in trouble or anything. And speaking of getting in trouble, that's what I'm going to be talking about in this video. So yeah, like, subscribe, do all that generic shit, sit back, relax, smoke some crack, and stroke your cack, and let's get into the video. Getting in trouble has always been something that I've been super afraid of, and for good reason, because you don't know if you're gonna get a slap on the wrist or if you're gonna get fucking exiled from their place of business. Now, for those of you who don't know, I went to a super prestigious private school, and their punishments were very weird. Now, for a lot of tiny microscopic things, the school just played the ignorance card. So like a prostitute with really high standards, they didn't give a fuck, or like a guy with serious constipation, they didn't give two shits. They let most little things blow over just because they didn't really matter in the grand scheme of things.
Wow, your school sounds awesome.
Well, you might be thinking that for now, but you won't in a second. My school was strict AF with a few other things. I remember one time this kid brought in a Switch to school just so he could play it during class, and then a class analyzer came in. If you don't know, they're those motherfuckers who come in every now and then and review how the teacher's doing. Now, the teacher didn't notice that this dude had his Switch out, but that person who was reviewing the teacher did. So she reported it to the authorities, the kid was brought to justice, and he got a severe punishment for it. The school unironically thought about expelling him. Expelling him for bringing a Switch to class. Come on, man. Luckily, he got it appealed and all this other garbage, and just in case, I remember that kid wrote like an essay for him so they could read it, and yeah, they were just like, fuck it, we'll keep you here, whatever. But don't you fucking dare to bring a Switch to school ever again. And let's just say he never brought a Switch to school ever again. Now, I was thinking about these punishments and I was like, what do other schools do? So I pulled out my inner Curious George and searched around for what other schools did to punish people and what for. And there's one thing that I keep on seeing over and over and over again. The dress code, which is honestly hilarious. Now, I can understand schools wanting to have a dress code to avoid any revealing clothing or anything. Because if the hot bitch wears anything revealing, everyone's going to be staring at her all class. And I'll give them the benefit of a doubt. If you got a dress code to avoid any of that distraction or whatever, I'm fine with it. But then they come up with the dumbest things ever. First thing, fingertip rules. These things are used for measuring sleeves and shorts or whatever to see how much skin is shown by them. Because they don't want your sleeves or shorts to be too short. So they incorporated this thing called the fingertip rule, which is basically used to measure how much skin there is. And some schools do 3 fingertips, some do 4 fingertips, some do an entire palm, some only do a couple fingertips, which, why? But if you're a student who violates the dress code, you're fucked. First of all, I noticed that school teachers are unusually attentive to what people wear. It's honestly very creepy. It's like every single person who violates the dress code gets caught.
Young lady, I think that skirt is 1 fingertip too short. Come hither so I can take you to the office to interrupt you of your academic activities.
Sorry, Mrs. Cockadoodle-Doo. I couldn't do the laundry, so this is the only thing I had left.
You know what? Fuck your school day. Go to the office. You're getting fucking detention.
Some schools give their students detention for wearing something that's a little too short. And what's even weirder is that some schools have a box filled with a bunch of dumb, leftover, hand-me-down clothing that they want the students to change into during the middle of the day so they don't violate the dress code for the rest of the day. And there are always some goofy-ass, embarrassing, thrift store, clearance aisle type shit.
Bitch, I don't want to be wearing this.
And sometimes that goofy-ass clothing will be even more distracting than the slightly too short shorts or whatever the fuck they're wearing. Hey, you see Julia's new crazy shirt? I heard she got violated for her dress code and now it's some goofy-ass bootleg SpongeBob shirt and I can't stop looking at it because it looks so fucking dumb. You know what? I think you're right. I'd rather be looking at that goofy-ass SpongeBob drawing than a slightly overexposed pair of legs. Imagine she gets dress coded again.
What were you thinking wearing that, getting all these people distracted in your classes?
Bitch, you don't have any other clothes that fit me, bro.
Too bad, detention.
Now, one thing that also kind of confused me about the dress code policy is the severe discrepancy between what violates the dress code and what doesn't, and I just think that's kind of weird. And even like some things that seem kind of suggestive but seriously aren't, just because you got a 13-year-old wearing it and nothing's gonna come from that. For example, you've got Kyle rocking that Black Ops shirt. Come on, man, he just likes Black Ops. He's a gamer. What, you think Kyle's going to come up in the school and get a fucking Moab kill streak? No, it's the wrong game, but you think he's gonna fucking remember no Russian the entire fucking school? Fucking pull off an entire Call of Duty Ghosts fucking KED strike? Or fucking anonymous bomb threat the school to smithereens? Have you guys ever seen that old Disney movie Lemonade Mouth? You know, the movie where all the fucking high schoolers get detention for the dumbest goddamn reasons, and for some reason the detention's in the basement, which is filled with musical instruments, and then because they get bored, then the teacher leaves for some weird ass reason, they start playing music and they start a band from it. One of those students got detention because of a fucking shirt she wore. Dress coded. For a shirt that had like an anarchy symbol on it. Oh, and while we're on the fucking topic of Lemonade Mouth scenes with goofy shirts, it reminds you of that dinner scene, the really awkward dinner scene where she's eating supper with her family. And for background, all of her family is like a bunch of, they're all geniuses except for her. She's just some average student. And she's wearing some dumbass shirt with like impact font and all lowercase on it saying, "Vegetarians rock." And there's a bunch of circles on it or whatever for some fucking reason. And then the rest of her family's eating fish, and she's like, "Why are you guys eating fish?" And then her two fucking twin brothers are like, "You fucking retard! The fish can't feel anything." And it's such, the lines are delivered so awkwardly. And then the dad's like, "Wait, since when did you become a vegetarian?" She's like, 4 months ago. How'd you guys not notice? Oh my god, I just peeped a scene from the movie. She wasn't wearing a shirt with an anarchy symbol on it. That's too fucked up for Disney. The shirt she was wearing said "Question Authority." That's all it was, and she was wearing it at school. Question authority. Who the fuck is running the school? So I just peeped the scene again, and it takes place in gym where the principal is talking about the school and being like, "We gotta empower students," and then she's talking to herself like, "You want empowered students? Fuck that." And then she like stands up and shows her shirt off to the principal. It's weird, bro. It's so weird. And she says verbatim, "My shirt, my decision." And then all the students around her start gasping like they've never seen a student wear a shirt or try starting an uprising before. And then they start clapping, and then they actually start an uprising. The principal and all of, like, the higher ups at the school are enraged, and they like barge off the scene. They're like huffing and puffing like, "Oh, how dare you question our authority like that." And then like the music teacher, who was like their detention teacher, she was actually really nice with them, and I think she empowered them to play instruments or whatever. She was happy and shit. But I feel like that's kind of a really unrealistic Disney way of fucking doing that. But yeah, to an extent it is true how some student just wearing something that, I don't know, it's just a belief, acts like it's a total threat to the school. Like, dude, she's just like, "Oh yeah, you can't tell us what to wear," and it enrages them so fucking badly. It's ridiculous. And then, if I remember correctly, she gets in some seriously deep shit for it, and then her family finds out, and then they get pissed at her. They're like, What the fuck are you doing?" And a bunch of other mumbo jumbo. But yeah, that was a long ass tangent talking about dress code. What else do we get in trouble for? Oh, here's something else I find weird. Now, this is the punishment itself, not the thing that's being punished. Who the fuck invented spankings? And who made that like the main crown punishment for people? You're actually abusing your child, you're smacking their ass, thinking that's gonna make them a better person. That's literally just child abuse. Like, straight up. Now, luckily, my parents have never done that to me, but someone slapped me in the arm before, and I can imagine that really sticky feeling going all over my ass. I would imagine it would absolutely suck sitting down afterwards. Especially if your father has some fucking baseball batter arm or some shit, and he hits you with the fucking 80-mile-per-hour curveball. At that point, he's practically just shoving his fist up your ass like you're a fucking muppet. Basically, he's sexually assaulting you. You think you're gonna fucking, I don't know, doodle on the wall with your fucking crayons? To make you not do that ever again, I'm gonna hit your ass so goddamn hard you're never gonna wanna fucking shit for a week. And then there's one thing I think is even worse. crown jewel of punishing your children. Now, I'm not gonna be like the Daddy05 classic, scream at your children and record a YouTube prank type thing. Like, I'm talking something that's genuinely traditional, something that so many people do to children that it's fucking nauseating. Something that also counts as child abuse, and something that I'm sure has negatively affected the health of someone before. Washing your children's mouth with soap. No, I don't know what type of fucking Salem witch trials, superstitious, religious shit this is, but anyone who washes out their children's mouths with soap when they say a bad word is a fucking loser. Who's gonna believe that? You're baptizing their mouth by putting a bunch of dish soap in their mouth? Dish soap. Dish soap. Mom, I'm sorry for saying the F word. I'm sorry for saying the She's like pouring the soap in there. Imagine she actually believes it. I'm performing an exorcism on you. You will never say a bad word ever again after this. It's like the bad soul in the kid's body fucking leaves him in a fucking big cloud of smoke. It's literally the fucking Exorcist. Tubular Bells starts playing in the background. Ah! Son, you'll never swear again. Hang in there. I'm getting all the bad words out of you. I'm doing it. The soap's working, I think. You're running me. Mom, you're going to give me sapophagia. Pour any more soap in here, I'm going to be forced to swallow it. Shut up, little Timmy. I don't think you've learned your lesson. Every time you say a bad word from now on, I'm going to have to wash your mouth. I'm dying. Call 911. Finally, little Timmy, I think this has learned your lesson. Now that you're dying in front of me, now that you've diagnosed it with a severe case of sapophagia, your eyes are irritated, you can't breathe anymore, I think you've learned your lesson. You're never going to say a freaking bad word ever again. Soon after, the child hears his parents swearing, "You gotta wash your mouth out with soap too." "I can't because I'm an adult." Nah, but real shit, if you ever believe that, like, soap thing, I feel like you're kind of weird. Oh no, this soap's gonna wash me out with bad words, or it's like, I don't know. Or if your parents ever believe your kids would do that, or if you thought it was a good way to punish your child by literally pouring a toxic or potentially very harmful substance to the human body inside their mouth as punishment, yeah, that's actually torture. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Currently it's 5:16 in the morning, very early, but I hope you enjoyed this video. I know I'm really quiet because of that person in the other room recovering from severe surgery. I hope she's not awake listening to me right now because, honestly, I really enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun with it. Also, you might have noticed all my Minecraft streams. In that stream, I briefly mentioned about I might make a second channel dedicated to Minecraft streams. If enough of you want that, then I will do it. And also, finally, I'm using Prey gameplay in my video. I wanted to do this back in October, and I finally got around to it. Hope you enjoy. Also, I'm going to try to upload tomorrow too, get those back-to-back uploads in. Although, when the actual weekdays come back in, I'm going to be a little AWOL because busyness. Hopefully, when my winter break from uni comes, I'll be spending a lot more time just hanging out with friends and having fun, and hopefully having some more time to do videos. But anyway, I'm gonna leave this episode here and leave this video in the back burner for a little bit, and then I'll upload it maybe at like 11 a.m. or some shit later today, because uploading at 5, not a single fucking soul is gonna watch it. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, because again, I really enjoyed doing this, and hope you like the new Sammy Whammy triumphant return, trumpets blasting in the background. I've got some ideas for rest. I kind of want to talk about Christmas and holiday time, maybe next episode, put some steep gameplay into it, snowboarding. And speaking of snowboarding, I'll probably make a snowboarding video because I love snowboarding and I've got some crazy stories from that. But anyway, I'm just gonna leave this video here. Anyway, this has been Sammy Whammy. Peace.